8 in 10 people aged under 30 have yet to use their SkillsFuture credits to upskill. Across all ages, it's about 7 in 10 since the scheme started in 2015. And the agency behind the National Lifelong Learning Movement is urging more to take up courses as it keeps up efforts to make learning flexible and more accessible. Claudia Lim with more.
It's all hands on deck at this restaurant where sous chef Sean Ng leads his team for dinner service. Although the role requires skills vastly different from what he acquired when he studied for an environmental science diploma in school, Sean says the transition was seamless. He was able to address the gaps in skills via a culinary arts course. The cost of the course was also offset by SkillsFuture credits and government subsidies.
Without the SkillsFuture credit, it will greatly affect my decision to take on the course. I don't really like to be desk-bound. I like to more hands-on.
It's the same sentiment for this operating theatre technician. 62-year-old Spencer Tay similarly used his SkillsFuture credits to aid his career transition from the metal finishing industry into healthcare.
Actually, I planned this before when I reached age 55. Because at age 55, my point is that I want to get away from my previous job and look into something that is not so pressurized as my previous job.
Still, people in the similar age group as Sean and Spencer utilize their credits the least. Data shows about 17% of those under the age of 30 and about 26% of those above 60 have used theirs. This compares to the over 35% of those in other age brackets.
Those who have just graduated and have just entered the workforce, very eager to put into practice what they have learned and so on. So I think it's natural that those who are 25 to 29 activate their SkillsFuture credit less.
Still, SkillsFuture Singapore points out that it's working to make it easier for Singaporeans to access upskilling opportunities too.
Often you hear that there are just too many courses to choose from. So we have done quite a bit of work on our website, and we continue to do so to make sure that at least the digital touch point is one that can help guide people to the courses that they need.
Other measures include allowing for more flexible training options, such as hybrid arrangements and online learning.
And for more on this, we're joined by Jacine Lim. She's course chair for the Diploma in Human Resource Management with Psychology at Singapore Polytechnic. Ms. Lim,
hi.
Good evening. Thanks for coming in as well. 8 in 10 3 in 10 eligible Singaporeans said to have used their SkillsFuture credits. Is that figure, given our investment in this upskilling SkillsFuture thing, is this a worrying figure?
I don't think it is a worrying figure as of yet. If we are looking at the group between 25 to 29 years of age, I would think that, as they come out into the workforce and they deal with the rigors of working life, they may not have the time yet to, make use of their SkillsFuture credits. But I did a quick poll with our alumni and our ex-students. They're still very, very motivated in learning. I had one student who took a course in sports science, another took a course in Photoshop, another took a foreign language. So I don't think all is lost. Yeah.
Well, Ms. Lim, we actually spoke to some Singaporeans today about this, and here's what they had to say about why they haven't used their SkillsFuture credits as yet. Just have a listen.
I think people at my age right now, we just finished our degree, so it won't come to our minds that we will actually want to utilize the future credits.
Well, I just graduated uni, so then now I'm just, I think I have some level of the skill set that I need, which has me maybe not require the use of SkillsFuture.
So those individuals, they're fresh out of school,
yes,
and clearly maybe not in the mood to just sort of launch themselves straight back into study again. But is that something that you would advise against, to sort of avoid, taking on your SkillsFuture credit just because you've just come out of school?
Definitely not. I think constant learning is something that we all have to do. I mean, you learn, I learn. You know, when something new comes up, we make sure that we are ahead of the curve, and that's the only way we can remain competitive. If I may just suggest another reason for that, I think when fresh graduates go into the workforce, companies are very willing to invest in them and to pay for their training and upskilling. So they may not have a need to use their SkillsFuture credits as of yet. Yeah.
Oh, we also spoke to some other young adults who use the credits for causes such as sewing or personal training. Let's take a listen.
I think really depends on what each individual prioritizes, and if they're able to take night classes after work, then maybe that's something that is possible for them.
I think it's just all about prioritization. So the courses I took were on the weekends, on like Saturday. So it's just about whether you want to go for it, like whether you want to actually spend time learning that skill.
Of course, she says it's all about prioritization. Anyway, it's true. Do you want to learn cooking or yoga, or do you want to learn something that may have more direct applications in work? Is this something you would ever offer clear advice on? Advice for one thing rather than another? Or if someone asks you, tell me what I should take, do you have clear advice for that?
Okay. That's a really, really interesting question that you have. I think there's no knowledge that is wasted. And we just ended a course with some of our students who took up the specialist diploma in career counseling, and they have that passion for it. They have that passion to want to go out there and help people that they know in their organizations, help the people that they mentor as alma maters of their universities. Yeah.
Well, I mean, on that note, I mean, how far do skills and knowledge that are actually picked up in school go into the workplace? It is an opportunity. I mean, when I think about SkillsFuture credit, it's more that learning opportunity than something they have to do.
Yes.
But for technical schools like polytechnics and ITE, I mean, what's the case there in terms of actually picking up that skills and that knowledge that is usable in the workplace?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. I think polytechnic education has changed quite drastically in the last 3 to 5 years. In Singapore Polytechnic, we offer students a range of experiences to ensure that they are work ready. In their year one, they set up a business. So they learn how to manage people, how to manage finances, how to market their products. In their final year, they get to do a consultancy project with companies like Shalom Movers, with ATOS, with Gush, so that they work on real life issues these companies have. And they also end off their studies at the Polytechnic with an internship, for 6 months. Yeah.
Ms. Lim, there's always talk about, is the jobs market tight or not so tight? But anyway, all of us should be prepared for suddenly no longer having the jobs that we have had for a very long time. So for an older person like myself, what courses would you recommend I would take up to make me really relevant and employable to my new employer?
Great question. I would say if you look at the latest SkillsFuture report, the 3 main areas that we are focusing on: the care economy, the digital economy, as well as the green economy. Anything within it, I would say it's a safe bet.
Thanks for that. Justine Lim, course chair for the Diploma in Human Resource Management with Psychology at Singapore Polytechnic. Thank you.
Thank you.